G'day ladies and germs, Connor here from C-Dubs Media, back with another video. And today we're doing the top 5 accessories for the Canon R50. So, without further ado, hit the like button and the subscribe button, and let's get stuck into the video. Let's go. Now, I just want to point out before I get started, although there is the top 5 accessories I think you might need for the Canon R50, just going to give you some options, sometimes more than 2 options for each one that I'm going to show you. Now, I just want to say, I have been carting around the Canon R50 and I am loving it. You know, I've been looking for a street photography camera for a while now. I've been looking for something that suits my needs. And I pulled the trigger on the R50 just as a bit of an impulse buy. And I've done 2 days of street photography so far with the Canon R50 and loved it. Absolutely loved it. I'm gonna give you some real world examples of that in other videos, so make sure you tune in to watch those. But today we're here for the top 5 accessories. The first one I can already hear banging on the side of the camera, so that's the ones I'm going to show you first, and that is the straps. Now I got this in the kit. It's, I don't know, it's like what do they call it? Limited edition kit. And I don't know why really. I mean, it's the Canon R50 with the 15 to 45mm lens, and the reason it's a limited edition is it comes with this status anxiety strap. You really might want to consider this. These really bang on the side of your camera. And I did do a bit of vlogging with it recently. Currently I have the status anxiety strap on, which might bring with it some banging sounds as the plastic hits the side of the camera, as if I'm walking or doing stuff like that. And it was so obvious, and it was just banging, tap, tap, tap on the side of the camera. So you really might want to consider that. Having these is not the best, although extremely convenient. As you can see, by just clicking it in like that, and it stays there, and then just click it out to get rid of the strap. Now the reason I would take the strap off is to do video, but when you take the strap off, you get a whole little ding dang dong with it. So not the best idea, not the most thought out. So there is some other options. One of them is the Canon strap that comes in the box. It's great, no flapping in the breeze, no banging on the side of the camera, and it's a good quality strap. So that's one option. The other one is, and some of you might hate me for saying this, but it is the Peak Design strap handle. So same design. Actually, I think Static Anxiety probably copied Peak Design here. So you've got the little button that goes onto the side of your camera, and then this clips in like that. These aren't as dangly, these bits, so they don't smack on the side of your camera as much when you've taken the strap off. But also, you can leave it on with this one because it's actually just a wrist bracelet like that. So you can walk around, do your photography, not worry about dropping it. It's going to be safe and secure on your wrist, and not worry about some asshole pinching your camera and running off with it, because it's going to be secured to your wrist. And then it's nice and easy to take off. And once it's off your wrist, it's also just a quick, and it's out of the buckle. So I think the Peak Design one is a little bit better and a little bit more thought out, and it's definitely less banging on the side of your camera. So there's 3 options for a good strap, but this Peak Design for me takes the cake. I just put this on all my cameras, so I can just take it off the Canon R50 and put it on the R6 or any other camera that I have. It's just a really good little product. Okay, that is straps. Now let's get into mini tripods. This is really marketed as a bit of a vlogging camera, and so it's only natural that you would want a little tripod to vlog with. The first one is this Manfrotto tripod. It's not a bad size, good little sturdy tripod that you can easily adjust like this for vlogging with. So you can have it, you know, on an angle like that for when you're vlogging and that sort of thing. But also, it's really easy to attach just by screwing this here. You don't have to twist the tripod around, you just put it in the right place and spin that, and it locks in nicely. Then the legs also come down to make it taller, which is pretty cool. But then there's another little function where it can spread right out, so it's more like a ground level tripod to get really steady shots. That is cool. I really like that. So that's from Manfrotto. Links down below for this as well. Links down below for everything. This is my preferred mini tripod, especially for my bigger cameras. But the good old trusty Joby GorillaPod is here. I don't like this normally, especially with the bigger cameras like the 90D and the 80D. I mean, these were made famous by Casey Neistat with his 70D and his 80D. And then the 90D came along, and that just feels like a lifetime ago. But they're too loose, they wobble around a lot, and the bigger cameras make them fall over. So you really couldn't rely on it. You're putting your camera at risk. But with the R50, it's so light, it's 328 grams without the lens, about 350 grams with the lens. Man, it's sturdy, it doesn't fall over at all. You can wrap it around a pole or a tree branch or something to act as a higher up tripod or a bit of a vantage point for something. Definitely secure, and you just click the button in here and it slides out, so you don't have to unscrew the whole tripod again. Click it back in. It also comes with a little level on it, so you can level your shot if you can't do it by eye. So I really dig that. So for the Canon R50, Joby GorillaPod is my pick. Because it's small, it's bendy, it's flexible, you can use it in many more situations. Yep, that's my pick for the mini tripods. Now I'm going to go on to something a little bit more expensive than what I've just shown you, and that is lenses. Now, I've got a bit of overkill here, but I've also got a bit of variety. So I think the R50's 18 to 45mm lens is probably one of its weakest points. But the RF range is growing slightly, and there are some good options there. Here are 3 options. The RF Nifty 50, 329 Aussie dollars I think I got this for. Really nice image for the price. f1.8, so you get a lot of background blur, a lot of bokeh. Just beautiful. I really do like using this. I also use this on the R6 Mark II, a good all-rounder. And it's a good little size as well. I mean, that is the RF Nifty 50, and this is the RF 35mm, and you can see the difference in size. So Nifty 50 for the RF lens for the Canon R50, you can't go wrong with it. $329. It's definitely better quality than the 18 to 45mm, and it's got 3 extra stops of light in there, so you can really brighten up your image. Love it. Nice and sharp too. It's got some good reviews. Excuse me while I sip on my coffee. Now, please let me know in the comments down below, what is your favorite accessory for your camera? It doesn't have to be the Canon R50, it could be any camera that you use. What's your favorite accessory? Love to hear about it. I might even pick one up and check it out and do a review on it. So let me know, comments down below. Now the next lens, so the RF is about 329 Aussie dollars. The next one that I have is the Canon RF 35mm lens, and it is also a macro lens. I don't do a lot of macro photography, but I really do like the 35mm field of view. I think it's a great field of view, especially for street photography, which is what I'm going to be using the R50 for predominantly. I would highly recommend this, but this is 720 Aussie dollars on special. Normally retails for about 810. So you're really sort of doubling the price there of the RF Nifty 50. You're even getting up to the same price as the camera body itself. Not quite, but you're getting up in that region. So something to consider. Now this does have stabilizer built in and can also be used for lens breathing correction as well for some cameras. So there is a lot more tech in this lens. It has a lot more features. It can really get in nice and close for those macro shots. Really sharp images, 35mm, but it's also a really nice field of view for filming video. I mean, right now, this is at 28mm, so not far off the 35, and I think it's a nice, good, wide shot, and it comes in nice and crisp as well with f1.8. So that is the second lens that I'm talking about today. Let's look at the last one. Now this is a stupid option. I'm just putting that straight out there. I've got this for my R6 for video work to give me the best possible quality image that I can get. So this is the Canon RF 15 to 35mm f2.8. So this is like $3,500 when it comes to Aussie dollars. So it's like 4 times the price of the Canon R50. But the difference in the image quality for video and photo is next level. It's just amazing. But it also, not only does it triple the price of the camera, quadruple the price of the camera, it just about quadruples the weight of the camera as well. So I don't know if it's a good match. You're gonna get great photos with it, and it's 15 to 35, so you got to times that by 1.6, and that gives you your field of view. I'll put that up here so you can see it. You do have the extra features built into the lens body as well. It's weather sealed. There's just so much going on for it. Really, if you get this for your Canon R50, you're gonna have this forever, and it's gonna go on your next Canon camera and your next Canon camera, and you're never ever gonna upgrade this. So that's probably where the value of money comes into this. And you know what? These all fit on all Canon R series cameras. So even though this fits on the R6, which is full frame, it also fits perfectly on the R50, which is CMOS. Good on your Canon for making it one mount for all cameras. I really like that you've done that. And yeah, this is a beautiful lens. All right, now for my next little accessory options, and this is lens filters. Let me just grab a couple of filters. Okay, so just quickly, we have an Earth 6 to 9 ND filter. I mean, this blocks out a lot of light, and it's going to be able to help you to film at say f1.8 in 4K 25 frames per second out in the middle of the day, the brightest sun you can get. This is going to help you film in it and still maintain your cinematic video settings. So that's what I would recommend these for. Now the Earth one, it is variable ND 6 to 9, comes in at around, I think it was $150. And this is going to be really good for your long exposure photos, so taking waterfalls or star trails, that sort of thing. That's Earth. Then the next one I've got is the Peter McKinnon Mist Edition and Polar Pro. Sorry, I don't know why I say Peter McKinnon. Couldn't give a shit if it's got his name on it. But it's the Polar Pro Mist Edition, number 2. And this is the 2 to 5. So this is the one I use for video mainly because it's just not too dark. I find that the 6 to 9 is a bit too dark for video, but the 2 to 5 isn't quite long enough for some of those long exposure photos. So that's why I have the 2 different types. Really good, but this one 2 to 5 with the mist sort of glass frosting. Oh, it's not frosting, but you know what I mean. Is 320 Aussie dollars. So big price difference, double the price difference. But I think this one is better. I don't know if it's double the price better, but it's a great option for you. And you can get these stop up threads. So you can have a 45mm lens and just get threads that stop down to the right size, even though your filter is 82mm. This is my favorite ND filter right now. The Earth one definitely has a lot of vignetting. It's not as good quality. This one here, the Polar Pro Mist Edition 2, is next level. Yeah, it's my pick. Now don't forget everyone, links down below for all these, and please leave your comments down below if you have better options for any of these. Okay, last but not least on my list of accessories for the Canon R50, and you probably know what it is. You're thinking, why hasn't he brought up any microphones? Well, here we are. Now I've got 2 here from Rode. Well, actually, I'll give you a third option as well, but 2 from Rode. The first one is the Rode VideoMic Go 2. Here it is here. Now, why is this one special? For me, it can be used on anything. Your computer, USB Type-C, your phone, your tablet, or your DSLR camera with this input here. It's great. And the sound quality is really good. It's got the same sort of body as like an NT-G4 Plus. There you go there, you can see. And this is what I like about this one. So with the other smaller ones, you put them on and you go to use your viewfinder and your eye hits, or your forehead hits the back of the microphone. But with this one, you can move it back and forth, just like that. So you can actually push it forwards away from the viewfinder. So you can still use your camera for photography, even though it's got the microphone stuck on top of it. So if you're doing a bit of run and gun, bit of vlogging, or you're filming video and doing photography through the day, you don't have to worry about taking your microphone on and off. With this one, it is a beauty. The sound quality is great. Obviously a little shotgun mic, so it's going to pick up the noise right in front of you and not so much of the noise from out behind and around you. Now I'm just going to take off this one off the camera. I always record 2 lots of audio in case I fuck it up. So it's okay that I'm taking this one off. This is one of the old ones. It's the old Video Micro or something. I'll put the name of it on the screen here and links down below to it. This is the old trusty. I mean, look how small and dainty that is. It's absolutely adorable. It works a treat as well. You're going to get just as good a sound out of this as the other one, really. Maybe a little bit not quite as good. And it only has the one shock mount on it. And it does wobble up and down a little bit on top of your camera. It's about half the price of the Video Mic Go 2. So it's something to consider there. But I've used this for a long time for a lot of videos and it works great. Now I said I'd give you a third option, so wait here, don't go anywhere. I've got enough battery on my camera, enough battery on my microphone. I'll give you a third option. All right, I made it back. So the third option is the Zoom H1N. I record through this little lapel mic. This is the Rode lapel mic and this is the Zoom H1N. Plug the lapel mic here, put this in my pocket, and I can walk away from the camera and I still get really good audio. Like with these shotgun mics, you've got to stay nice and close to them at all times. The closer you are, the better for any mic. But when it's stuck on your camera, you can't really walk off. But with these, you can put it on, you can walk 50 meters away and still talk to the camera if you're showcasing something that's away from your camera, and you're still going to get perfect audio every time. These aren't too expensive either. I think this is about $100 now, if you can still get them. I'll put links down below to these as well. The Zoom H1N and the Rode lapel mic, links down below. There's 3 different microphones for you. They're all as good as each other. For me, the hardest part is editing audio. The Canon R50, I think, is a sleeper. It's going to be around forever. I love it. I'm really glad I picked it up. 24 megapixels. I think it's 7 frames per second with that first mechanical shutter, which isn't a lot, but it's fine for street photography. Really compact, really light. You'll never get sick of carrying it around, but you will get sick of these fucking status anxiety fucking clips that give you anxiety. But actually, one last accessory, get an extra battery. Just pick up an extra Canon battery for it. I mean, I got just through one day of half shooting throughout the day, and I ran flat at the end. If I had 2, I wouldn't have to stress about it at all. I could shoot all day and well into the night. So that'd be my last tip for you. Get an extra battery for the Canon R50. Thank you all for watching, and I will catch you all in the next video. Ciao.